Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the... Sorry about that. We'll start over. I appreciate all you guys who joined into the stream today. I really do. It's been an awesome morning so far, but I will say, Amazon's reversal last night was pretty weird, I will say. I was not expecting that to happen. The SPY is actually moving up here at open, which is great because, you know, with Amazon's reversal, of course, they start moving back down, of course, and etc right here. So it's really cool to see them moving back up here today at open. That is a good sign, at least for the continued uptrend here. But going back to Amazon, they're also moving up, but that was still a crazy drop. So they got all the way up to 122. Let's see, what is the exact high here? Really close, like 122.70. And then they fell all the way back down to 105.50 this morning, or 106 pretty much. That is a terrible, and I mean terrible, drop to the downside. I cannot believe that they're down as much as they are compared to where they were in after hours there. Now, I know that there is some reasons beyond this, or, you know, for this, obviously. Let's refresh this page really quick. So they do say that their margins were narrowing, of course, which, you know, we've been seeing that across the board. A lot of margins narrowed. I don't know if you guys remember Tesla, but they also had margins that were narrowing a little bit, so that obviously plays a big role for them. But man, it's still crazy to see the overall drop back down right now, especially with, you know, what I thought was pretty good earnings, to be honest. It does say in April AWS growth's been 5% percentage points lower, but I don't know. I mean, it was mainly good numbers for the most part. Man, let's go ahead and see some of these other earnings this morning. Exxon, Chevron, Colgate. Let's go see those guys, the oil stocks. Exxon, CVX. Okay, a little bit mixed here. So Exxon and Mobil's actually doing, or Exxon Mobil's doing good. Pretty much up to 118. Seems like it's going to maybe break that resistance there. Looks pretty hot this morning off their earnings. We'll say, though, CVX look kind of bad. Like I said, kind of reversing each other this morning. Pretty weird to see that out of those stocks. Oh, I'll tell you what's leading my watch list is Intel. Let's go, Intel. That's funny. They had their biggest quarterly loss in company history, and they moved up. That's good to see. I guess it wasn't as bad as expectations. Yeah, exactly. Still not as bad as expectations, but wow. What a weird move out of these stocks. So Intel moved up, dropped, and now they're flying back. Amazon moved up, dropped, and looks like they might still be dropping down. That's scary to see. Wow. What a weird day in the market so far. RCL, watch those cruise lines today. That's actually not a bad move. Qualcomm's moving up. Wow, the chip stocks. Actually, Qualcomm might not be a bad one today, guys. It's starting to break out of this, like, little range it's been in. It's breaking 115. It's a pretty big level for them. AMD also trying to break out. Figured I'd look at them. I know they're in that same sector. Nvidia's fallen off a little bit. Not really the best. Hey, Ant. Top of the morning, Ant. That's awesome. Love that phrase. One of my favorite ones. Don says 121% on Intel calls. Well, he said he only had one call, but I feel you, Sean. That's funny. That's awesome, though. 121%. That's good. Fantastic. It's up 7% right now. That is actually pretty darn good there. 7%. Take that. Like to see it. I did not think that they would end up here with that headline. The first headline that I saw was that they reported their biggest quarterly loss in company history. And I instantly told Mike, I was like, uh-oh, they're not going to be doing good. And Mike looked and he's like, they're blasting. And I'm like, of course they are, you know? And then in after hours, they fell back. And I was like, you know, this makes sense. They're probably going to end up red now. And then now this morning, they opened up even higher. So that's I don't know. That's pretty funny to me to see that happening. Weird. Yeah, that is really weird. Very strange there. And hey, I will say, guys, If you guys have any info about this situation with Powell and the Russian pranksters, let me know. This is actually a pretty big situation. I can't believe that this was pretty crazy, but somebody acted like they were the Ukrainian president, Zelensky. I can't even say his first name, but Zelensky, and they acted like they were him and had a conversation with Powell. They duped Powell into thinking that they were the actual Ukrainian president. Isn't that insane? To me, that's insane. I can't believe that. Like, how does that happen? It's like, wow. Like, that is a weird, weird thing to, have go on. Now, it's not like they did anything crazy. It said nothing was really discussed that was confidential or anything, but he did tell them apparently that there were some rate hikes and stuff. I saw some stuff like that. A friendly conversation that took place in context of our standing in support of Ukrainian people in this challenging time. No sensitive or confidential evidence was, or no sensitive or confidential information was discussed. I guess it's not evidence, but I did hear and see something that he said something about the rate hikes to him though. So that might be a little bit weird. He said that they still had a couple incoming, but they spoke about this back in January. So keep that in mind as well, but from the headlines I kept seeing, he said something about the rate hikes. So keep that in mind. Rate hikes were a big thing that I saw at first, which caught my eye. Of course, it's not in the CNBC article, but that's kind of what I saw there, and I thought that was extremely interesting when I saw that last night. Like, how could he be duped by some pranksters to make him think that they're Ukraine's president? That is just... I can't believe that happened to Powell there. That's weird. Hey, good morning, Mike. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys being here. Jamie, Sean, Manny, Ant, Mike. All the lurkers out there, too. Let's go. That's awesome. We're gonna have to maybe play some chess later on today if somebody wants to play me. That'll be a fun one. I'm like 0 for 7 versus you guys. I suck. Okay. I can't play Keisha this week. I think she's on vacation. Whoa, Palantir. What's going on there? How's Amazon? Ooh, falling off. That is a bad drop. Wow, right down to the low of this morning. I'm actually watching it for a move under 104 today. That was my free day trade in the Discord. Move under 104 would be huge if we could get that. Sean said largest quarterly loss and had Intel posted his profit up 216%, Sean. Wow. 216%. Let's go. That's fantastic, Sean. That's on good old Intel there. Great to see it moving the way it is. I'm glad it didn't tank, but I kind of wish it did so that I could have bought more shares. The more shares, the merrier, right? The more, the merrier. In my opinion. That's where, honestly, most of the money's made. Where you're buying stocks for the long term as they average down. Then you keep buying in, and hopefully your average is pretty low, as it starts to rise. And so many good opportunities right now to do that in the stock market. There are tons out there right now. One of my favorites is Disney. I'm doing that with Disney at the moment, so pretty fun there. Running the wheel on it. Love running the wheel. Disney had a nice little pop today, starting to move up a little bit more. That's nice to see. Very nice. Wow. What a move. Disney's trying to pop now too, though, on that daily chart. 5-minute chart's not really doing too much at the moment today, but nothing too crazy. Let's go check out our good friends NVIDIA falling off. Let's go look at the Bookmap. See what we have here today. Wow, I'll tell you what, AMD has a lot of orders here at 87. Whew. Look at AMD there, guys. That is a ton of bounces right there. 87. Go check out AMD. I'll tell you what, guys, that is a big level. Check out AMD here. If we fall under this, this is going to be huge. I mean, huge on AMD. Wow, so many hits off this level. And now we're going under. There we go. Look at that. Broke down. Watch 86.50. Let's see if we can get some, you know, some liquidity coming in overhead here. That way we can maybe fall a little bit lower. We'll have to see if this is going to fake out on us, though, or not. Looks like some liquidity is coming in down here a little bit. Your eyes on it. There we go. Bigger drop down. Are we going to start flushing? I feel like AMD's just about to flush. That's what it seems like. Kind of flushing right now, right through that big support area. There were orders there stacked up all morning, ever since open. Look at that big volume dot there at open. 262,000. God, does it do that every day at open? Not that big. Oh. But it does do that at open every time. It's maybe not that big all the time, but I'm gonna keep my eyes on this. I really like this AMD setup here. That flush under 87 was pretty big. That was a lot of sell orders down there. I mean, buy orders. Gonna have to see if those break, and we're gonna keep going here now. See how we had some liquidity come in overhead? Now it's like there's not really too much coming in, but need some more to come in to push us lower. Like that was good, but it went away. Need more liquidity. Come on now. Maybe we'll get up to 87 and start to flush back down off of there again. Come on. Need some sellers to come in there. Come on now. Ask me flush or take off to the upside. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards flush here today. I mean, you have to, right? It's too weird of a setup. Way too weird. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards flush, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. But I think that we're going to end up, flushing lower here. That's pretty big to see us, break under that big level there today. That shows us that I think a lot of sellers are pushing this stock down because even with those buy orders, it just flushed right through. So it obviously held up a little bit. We had a ton of hits there before we did have that big break. But yeah, I feel like we're going to, with that big double top here on AMD and everything, man, it's not looking good. Of course, now there's some green candles, right? We'll see where it ends up, though. Probably a little dead cat here. Obviously, there's some support. In AMD 519.90 puts. Let's go, Sean says. Hell yeah. He goes, that's as far as I go on earnings, 1 or 2 contracts. I am 100% with you, Sean. I'll be honest. That's about all I go to. I hate playing earnings. It's just, to me, it's just not worth it. Now, it's not, that doesn't mean don't do it, and that doesn't mean, it's not fun. I love it every once in a while. Like, hey, I got into a couple this year, a few this year so far, but it's definitely a fun time, but very volatile, obviously, and percentage-wise, you're gonna lose more than you win. So keep that in mind on that one. Most people are, anyways. I'd say 98% of people are gonna lose more than they win on earnings. Catch the good one, though. You can have some nice plays. That is for certain. What's Apple doing, man? He says AAPL. Let's look at it right now. It's falling off. It's double topping up there. Almost a perfect. Is that a perfect double top? It is almost. I mean, we're talking within 2 cents of being a perfect double top. Let's go look at it on the Bookmap. Of course, AMD is trying to come up and test 87 here, so keep that in the back of your minds. There's really no liquidity overhead, so we need something to come in to push this down, but it's just not happening right now. Hopefully, we get some sellers coming in around 87. That could be big here. Really like this AMD setup. I'm just going to watch it before looking at Apple real quick. There we go, back above 87 because there's no liquidity there. Overhead. Now we have some coming in at 87.50, but man, that's not what you want. Come on, let's get back under 87. Yeah, let's just, there we go. Now some liquidity is coming in around 87.10 or so. Hopefully that stays. No. Come on, AMD. It's just consolidating down here for now. Wow. Getting some buyers coming in. Here we go. Now we're getting liquidity overhead. Yeah, it's starting to open up down here a little bit. A lot of sellers coming in here at these few levels. That might actually get us down, hopefully. Come on now, AMD. Hope these sellers hold up. That's the big thing. There's so much price action and in the moment. You know what I mean? Volume at the second. That's what these big volume dots are showing you. It'll show you, like, for example, like this big dot here at 8,880 volume on it. Right there within that small time frame. Cool to see that. Alright, let's go check out the Apple one, though. Here we go, Apple. Wow, guys, look at 170. Jeez. 726,000 shares on stack right there. Oh my lord. I don't know if I've ever seen one that big. Holy crap. 726,000 shares stacked up at 170. Are you kidding me? Wow. I have no words for that. I don't think I've ever seen that much on one spot since I've used the Bookmap yet, so. Wow, we'll have to see how this goes as we get closer to maybe 170 today. Maybe we'll start to get up and test that level. That would be huge, but I'll tell you what, that is a big wall there, guys. If that wall breaks, that would be very surprising. Now, I get it. Apple has a lot of volume, so it can. But, man, that is something else there. Like, let's just look at one of these volume dots here. Like, one of these bigger ones. Like, let's see. Look at that. That's 7,000 volume there. We're talking 700 and something thousand shares there at 170. That is... The volume dot hit on that, if they all broke at once, would be like the size of my whole screen. that would be the coolest looking thing I ever saw. If we have something funny there. Keep your eyes on that as the day goes on. If you see Apple getting close to like 169, 169.50. Maybe set an alert around there so you can, go check it out, or even have me send some screenshots of Bookmap or something like that. Man. Oh, sorry, guys. That's why it was weird. Apple was all tuned down on my... There we go. Like, look at 169. That's a big level, but it's only 15,000 shares. Man. 22,000 shares at 169.50, but 726,000? Can't even believe that. That's really crazy. Sean says banks are getting clapped here. Let's see, are they? BAC. I haven't looked at them in a couple days. I didn't even check on them yesterday, really. Yeah, Bank of America actually coming up a little bit, Sean. What do you mean they're getting clapped? I guess JP Morgan is. I guess I'll give you that. Bank of America is looking pretty good, but yeah, you're right. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Citigroup. Wow, yeah, they're all down, Sean, besides the one I looked at, right? That's funny. I just didn't think they could be down if BAC was moving up, but I guess it makes sense. That's pretty big, guys. For real, though, on Apple. Place your alerts there around 169.50, because if we test 170 there today, that would be a fun thing to watch on that Bookmap. That's for sure. See our friends at the SPY. Trying to move back up to 413 here. Not bad. Let's go look at SPY on Bookmap real quick. Okay. 412.75 and 412.95. Lots of orders there. Weird. Keep your eyes on 412.95. That would be fantastic if we could move up through there. Sean says Disney's coming up. Really? There we go, Disney. Nice continuation. Love to see that. One of my favorites out there. I'm loving this stock right now, guys. This is one of my favorite stocks out there. Good old Disney. Can't go wrong. I mean, you could go wrong, I guess, if something really bad happens, but I love them. I think they'll be great for the future, great for the long term, and it's just awesome to see them moving the way that they are. That is a good sign. You know what else is doing pretty good today is our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Look at that, plus 1.53%. Not bad. Running up in a pretty big way. Right around that high of day at 21.35, but overall a good move. Love to see it. You know what else I love, guys? If you guys smash that like button, I'd appreciate you. Love being here on this Friday with you guys, enjoying this time. Thank you to all the lurkers out there too, always having fun. Hell yeah, round of applause. We're about to make it through the week. Pretty good week overall. Only thing I was sad about this week was SQQQ not really working out the way I hoped, but other than that, the rest of the longer term plays, everything like that has been, doing pretty solid. I know Amazon's down a little bit for some people, obviously. That's not good. Google on earnings hurt, but I know a lot of people banked off Meta, so, congrats to all the Meta guys out there, not the metal guys. But yeah, congratulations. Good to see all the dubs out there. I can't believe Christian was up like 22 grand on this one. Man. How does that scene go? Hang on, let me find something here. Hang on, guys. You guys will like this one. Oh, you guys will love this scene. Hope this works. I'll tell you what, Christian has some kahunas to hold those earnings plays the way he did there.
What is this? ¿Qué es eso?
Buddha, Samurai, OK. Peaceful inside. Outside warrior. ブッダのような気迫を見せてみろ。
I love you, Max. I love you too much.
You know, you have no marvelous.
That's the scene, guys, right there. Oh, it's one of the best scenes in the history of movies, in my opinion. Let's see if we have the funny dance here. Yeah, here we go.
And the Indians finally win one.
That was one of the funniest things I ever saw. I'll tell you what, though, Christian, man, that guy with some of those earnings plays, wow. I mean, that is awesome. If he's hearing me right now, Christian, shout out to you, my guy. Those are some funny holds that you have there. And some good ones. You know, those are some crazy holds. Like Meta, man, to get that much money on those calls and the way that they went up like they did, what a trade. What a trade. Seems like he does very well on those earnings moves, actually. It's pretty cool. Usually you don't see people do that well on earnings like that. But he did very, very well. Go check out our friends at Palantir here. Spy's pushing, man, he says. Is it? There we go, Spy. Love to see that. Back into the green today, actually. That's great, Manny. J Deep says snaps down 18%. Uh-oh. 18%. I know it was because of earnings last night, but it looks like it stayed down. And it stayed really far down, so. Man. What a bad move, Snapchat. You just had to do that. How's Pinterest? Just as bad. Hate to see it. Hate to see that. Meta, though, sitting like right around 237. Pretty big level from the other morning as well. Very big level of support intraday. A lot of buyers came in right off of 237, pushed us right back to the upside. That's fantastic there. Oh man, Jay Deep said he forgot about Microsoft earnings. He was gonna buy options, but didn't. And the ones he was gonna buy are up 3,200%. Oh my gosh, Jay Deep. 3,200%. That is actually huge. I couldn't imagine that. Wow. 3,200%. I'll tell you what. Let's do something cool. Let's just say you put $1,000 on that one, right? Oh my lord. That's pretty big. Off just 1,000, but wow. That's how it be sometimes, I guess, right? Man, that's crazy, J Deep, but oh. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, look at MSFT there. Starting to pull over a little bit more. SPY. NLST. Netlist is up a little bit, Manny says. Hey, Manny, it's coming back a little bit, I'll say. That's good. Yeah, it kind of started consolidating down there this week a little bit. Maybe it'll bounce off this support here. Start to move back. That would be good. There it is. Support's right around 460 on Netlist. If anybody's interested, go check out some videos on Netlist. It's one of Manny's favorites right now. Not necessarily my overall favorite, but I love it. they're making a lot of money from lawsuits and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of investing in companies that, you know, rely on lawsuits for income, but you know, it's not bad for a trade maybe. And while I don't think it's the best, you know, super long-term investment or anything, I think it can be, you know, decent in the short term. There is a lot of hype with it, and all these lawsuits and stuff seem to be going their way, so seems good in that sense. That's good. It's up 2.5%. J Deep said, I'll get those gains one day. Yeah, J Deep. Just be careful with those earnings. You know how it is out there. You know how it is. You can make 3,200% or you can lose 90%. It all depends. Man, that move in that list ain't bad though. It's starting to come back a little bit more here. Kind of like that, Manny. It does have some strength today. I'll give it that. SPY's moving back. Actually, it's starting to slightly pull over. Amazon's moving back to support. Microsoft's starting to really come down. How about Tesla? Ooh, Tesla's having a pretty bad drop at open today, guys. Keep your eyes on this one. Support's around 157. If we break under that, I think Tesla could start to fall back more. That's actually really crazy to see right here. So, really crazy. Man, that's rough. That is rough there. Look at Tessie even. It can't do anything. It wants to. What a weird move. PLTR, Palantir, 776 right there. $8 is that nice overhead resistance. Love to see it. It actually ran up this morning, but then came right back. I've been really like waiting for Palantir to get a good move, and it just hasn't lately. Been very stagnant, just sitting here, not really doing too much. You can lose more than 100% if you keep it. What? Get out of here, Sean. You can't lose that. I don't think you can, right? Maybe with some fees or something. But he says AMD, wink. Oh man, forgot to look at it. Darn it, there it is. There it is. Let me go check that one out again. Just keeps moving a little bit lower, then coming right back up on us. Every time it breaks a little lower, it just is getting some volatility back, which can happen. Hopefully it keeps moving down, though. How's Apple? Are we approaching 169.50 yet? I wonder if Siri will let me know when Apple will get close to that level. I've never tried this before, but I think I'm going to today. Hey Siri, will you let me know whenever Apple gets close to the price 169.50? She goes, here's what I found on the web. She started looking up the the AMD graphics card, the 6950 XT. That's funny. The Radeon 6950. I guess because I mentioned that. Funny there. Here we go. Tessie's right at 160. There is some overhead liquidity there. And 162. But even at 160, maybe that'll be slight resistance here in the short term. Feel like it definitely could be. Wow, AMD. What a push back up. A lot of volume coming in to the upside now. Getting a pretty good move back for sure. Right after it bounced where all those orders were at 86.50. We're running back up. Ooh. I'm gonna have to watch this one close. Apple, look at all that liquidity coming in at 169 now. Whenever I put 170 on there, it makes everything else look so bad. Wow, so it's not 700,000 shares anymore, but it's 572,000. Still huge. Still huge there. That is going to be fun as the day goes. How's MU? Sniperbot called out some calls on that one at 8:50 a.m. Like it came back down a little bit here. It came back a little bit, but it's looking pretty good. Still feel like it can go today. Hey, J Deep got some QQQ puts expiring May 3rd. You know, that actually sounds pretty good, J Deep. Feel like that's a pretty good one, but now it's actually moving back up today. You know, the market's definitely getting overextended to the upside, but it just keeps ripping. You know, next week we're going to have Apple report, I'm pretty sure, along with other big companies. So it's going to be another crazy week in the stock market, that's for sure. We're going to get a ton of volatility next week. And remember, whenever we have that FOMC meeting, the next one, let's go find it on the chart here. So it's next week on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, so next week we have the FOMC meeting. Kind of forgot about that being next week there, but hell yeah, just next week. So be prepared. We could see a total market shift depending on what they're talking about there at the meeting. Hopefully they talk about some good, something positive or something good, obviously, with these earnings and everything like that going well. You know, with all the good stuff going on, I actually do have some confidence here. So I think we can do a little bit better. I hope it keeps going, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, I really do appreciate you guys joining up this morning, though. It's been a very fun live stream so far. Lots of fun stuff to cover as the days progressed. A lot of pullbacks in the market like Meta, but also a lot of uptrends, you know, like DraftKings and lots of stocks like that running. Look at DraftKings about to break the high of day. Intel's leading my watch list, believe it or not. Crazy to say. RCL. Wow, RCL. 4.25%, and this is just a straight up explosion right now. Starting to consolidate a lot. I love this stock for the long term. JD says, when's the next rate hike? So that is going to be this Wednesday, JD. This upcoming Wednesday, May 3rd. That is going to be the date. It's going to be a fun one. Yeah, they're going to have the interest rate decision, which is the rate hike, and then also the, you know, federal press conference with good old Big Daddy P. I love to say that word. Big Daddy. That's funny. Big Daddy. Funny. And look at that RCL looking good here. Love to see that. How's AMC? Maybe we can catch some good trades here. I'll tell you what, AMC is actually kind of pointing to the upside in a pretty weird way. I know this one's not my favorite out there. You guys are going to make fun of me for it, but this one actually kind of seems strong today. Can't lie. Love to see that. UAL on here, not bad. Also moving up with RCL and a lot of those stocks. LUV like Southwest is moving and a ton of the other ones. Good to see. Oxy's getting a nice pop. Good old Oxy running up. 61.30. Not bad. Sorry to grab a quick drink there. PYPL's moving. There we go. Good old PayPal. It's been a while since we've talked about PayPal. I'll tell you what, they're bouncing on some pretty big support. And they are holding it in a big way. Love to see that. Look at Zoom actually moving back. Wow, maybe today will be a turnaround day for Zoom. Yeah, that's big for Zoom, guys. Zoom has been down for so long lately. It just sucks to see it down that low. Meta's also down here a lot, around 237. That's actually looking okay down there too. Spy's ripping. What? Yeah, kinda. It's been moving up all morning. This is good to see, though. Fantastic. And best of all, Tom will play I Need a Hero right here on the live stream. Sean, I was actually running all over the place this morning. I almost didn't even make it back for the live stream. I had to run my car to the shop. Then I had to drive my girlfriend to her work. And then drive her truck back home. And I had to, you know, do all this within the time frame of the car place opening and then getting back. It was a tough day for me, Sean, today. I was actually playing that song in the car because it was I got excited and I was like, oh, I'm playing that song today. It sounds awesome. Had me thinking of you guys. I actually almost took a picture and sent it in the chat. Almost sent it in the chat. Wow, Spy. You better not be faking us out here. You better keep going now. Come on. Microsoft's one of the bigger stocks pushing us, I think. Look at CZR moving. It's a big jump up the resistance there, above 43.70, 43.80. Wow. So many stocks are pushing SPY up today. It's hard to find stocks to the downside unless you're talking about like Snapchat. I'll tell you what, Square's in the red, but it's coming back green now. That's the thing. Even stocks that are red today are starting to come back a little bit. Enphase. Wow, let's see them on the daily. How low did they get? Dang, they're really falling off now. They're starting to look like Meta did on their downtrend. Wow, that's weird. Not used to seeing Enphase have big gaps like that. Only to the upside, not the downside. Only to the upside. Stocks only go up, they say, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I can't believe our friends at Amazon are down. Still. Pretty crazy. Wow, they bounced right off support that I talked about in the day trading channel. That's fantastic. Good to see with that one. Hell yeah, Spy. That's cool. Man, that SPY move, though, is pretty good now, Manny. If that breaks the high of day again here, that's going to be pretty good. Makes sense. I'd say like 80% of my watch list is green. SoFi has been pretty good the past few days. Right at resistance, so be careful of this, right around 620. If we could break that, that could be a big play this morning, I think. Caterpillar starting to get a big run. Looking good. Go look at some news on CNBC today, see what we have out there. First Republic stock stabilizes as regional bank searches for rescue deal. FRC stabilized. That could be big, guys. If they get rescued, this stock could probably explode back. So I'm curious to see if they'll end up maybe coming back up or what have you. But I feel like it might be worth a gamble. Just depends. You know, obviously, if you play this type of play, though, you better just act like that it's just going to, you know, go to nothing. I wouldn't expect too much back, to be honest. Wow, that's a crazy move, though, today. $6 even on FRC seems to be holding up. I'll tell you what, that could be a fun play over the next few days if that really does come back. Be a fun one. Sean says, I have the day off today. Might have to do some stonk watching from a golf cart. I'm with you, Sean. That's a good... That sounds like really some fun today. I wish it was warmer by me, or I would do that. Bad. Man, Palantir. Come on. Get some better movement, like Blink. That would be nice. Disney's still blasting. Actually, that's probably helping the market up a lot, too. There we go, Disney. Love to see that. Big explosion out of them. One of my favorite stocks in the market here. Love to see this. Good old Disney. See that on the daily there. I had to take a picture of that. Sent it to the girlfriend, so she's like, "Oh, Disney." She actually likes Disney. It's funny. It's her favorite stock because she's, you know, she loves Disney World and all the movies and all that stuff. So she's into the Disney. Funny how she likes the stock so much to me. It actually is really funny how she likes it. Has me laughing. But IWM's motoring. Hell yeah, it is. Has to. So many of those like smaller stocks are moving today. Good to see. Oh, DraftKings, love it. UUUU's running too. Energy Fuels, so CCJ. Yeah, they're kind of getting up there. What about MGM? Okay, LVS. Cool, both of those stocks are coming back. I hope people didn't hold those stocks too long. Some people held the day trade on LVS the other day. Even though it did good the one day, they still held it. But I know they did good the second day. I just hope I hope they got out, you know. I really do. I love that with Disney, though. You know, good move. Back above $100, like it's holding up well. That's good to see. Fantastic, Disney. You know, I love to see stuff like that. It's a good move, though. With Win, I mean, that's a big explosion here today. I'll say that. Definitely a big explosion. Spy's moving up. Man, I'll tell you what, Spy is not slowing down here right now, but I think by the end of the day, we'll have a lot of pullbacks and stuff like that mixed in, but man, this is right now just looking fantastic. Can't beat this movement right now in the market. I still can't believe that Intel ended up as good as it did. I did not think that they would open up high like this. Especially after that bad first headline. Largest loss in company history, and then they fly up. It's like, okay. Love to see it. Supreme Court decision on Biden's loan forgiveness is key for those who never finished college. Not trying to get political on this, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Not even going to talk about that one. Gonna get myself in trouble if we do. Gotta go to work, Manny says. Have to leave my Bookmap. Oh no, Manny. No, that sucks. Well, hey, Manny, I'll tell you what. Have a good day. You know, I know you killed it yesterday, so I hope you kill it again today. If not, and I don't get to talk to you for the rest of the day because you're at work, have a good one. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later, Manny. And I'll tell you what, we're probably going to be ending the live stream pretty soon anyways, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Cornish, Ant, J Deep, Mike Chang, of course, Ant, Jamie, Manny, of course. Appreciate all you guys. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but you guys are fantastic. Thanks for joining up, making the community a better place. Hopefully we can get some better movement out of some great stocks next week. We're going to have some pretty big earnings coming up along with the FOMC meeting. So if we go to earnings whispers on the chart, next week we get Apple, AMD, SoFi, Nvidia, Uber, Shopify, Ford, and Bed Bath & Beyond. Those are going to be fun, along with plenty other stocks as well. So we're going to have to, keep it up here. If the market keeps going like this, it's going to make for a fun next few weeks. So let's go, guys. Have a great rest of your day. If you need anything, I will be in the Discord as always. Gonna have a ton of fun here as the day progresses, and I hope that we continue to have some fire day trades coming out. Man, look at the SPY there. It's still going. So appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Be profitable out there. And let's go join up on that Discord.